All right, quick overview of the solution for the Unit 8 free response question on 2D arrays and some things to look out for and maybe alternate solutions or alternate methods within those solutions. So quick overview of this class. It is a plot class with two instance variables, just to know those. You don't have to do anything here, but you might need to call this method in a different type of question, but you don't need to this time. There are two methods that you will need to call. Get crop type returns a string. Get crop yield returns an int. And this class will be used in another class. You're going to have a 2D array of plot objects. As we see down here, it's called an experimental farm, and it's one instance variable is a 2D array of plot objects. All right, and here's the experimental farm constructor, and it just says implementation not shown, meaning you don't need to do anything here. But like I put a note here, you might have had to do this in in a different universe or whatever. It might be the type of question you'd see. And what you would need to do is loop through the 2D array and call the plot constructor and fill up that 2D array, all the rows, all the columns. And you would have needed to initialize this 2D array of plot objects with the new operator. So just FYI, two parts of this, of course. Get highest yield, meaning find the plot with the largest yield and return not the number, but the plot. Okay, what plot has the highest yield? And then part B, you want to check to see if the same crop is all in one particular column. Okay, one column, so you're going to loop through a column just to see if each row has that same crop and return true or false. Okay, and so let's take a look at the solutions, and hopefully you've spent some time looking through this. Highest yield here, and something to pay attention to in this example method call. If they were to call it and looked for bananas in the chart above, that would return what's called null, and you'll see that in the solution. And remember, you're returning the plot, not the position. So let's look at the solution, kind of walk you through it, and what to look out for. So the first thing is, I think I have more notes on another one. Here we go. That you need to have a plot to return, and they called it max p. So you created one, and right now it's null, and you're gonna copy the plot that has the highest yield into that, but you should initialize it to null. So if you didn't put that in there, just make a mental note of it. And then you need a max number to keep track of which one is currently the largest. And, you could probably initialize that to 0 as well. So looping through all the rows, looping through all the columns, that should be a comfortable situation there. You could have also put, by the way, instead of 0 here, put row, the loop variable for the rows. You could have skipped this line here and just called, put the whole farm plots row column right there, but this makes it a little easier. Get the crop type. If it equals the crop type that was asked, and it's larger, its current yield is larger than the max, set the max to that. There's the max plot, put P into the max plot, so now that's the thing, and then set the yield to the max yield, and that will loop through and find the plot that has the largest yield, and then that is the thing you return in the end. Okay, so kind of a trickier question. We have not seen a 2D array, certainly of objects. So like I've always said, you don't necessarily are not, especially at this point, expected to get all the points. So part B, slightly simpler. Essentially, you are looping through a column to find a bad. Okay, because if you're looking for a same crop, you're looking to make sure that they're all the same. So you are going to look for a not the same and return false right into the loop. So There you have to use dot equals because they're strings. Okay, the get crop type's a string. You have to use dot equals, but there is no dot not equals method. So you put the not symbol outside of that call to dot equals. So it's farm plots get crop type, which returns a string, and then dot equals C to see if it matches the particular, the first one in the column, which is what C represents. And as soon as you do find a bad, you can just return and the method will exit. But if you get all the way through it and never return a false, then you return your true. So that's the simplest solution. Always check in with me if you had a different solution and want to make sure that it works. Like you may have declared a variable, a true false variable. And if you're not sure, check in with me and we can walk through it. So talk to you soon.